Chief Secretary Matthew Jung, Deputy Commissioner Song Ruan, Mesdames et Messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, 各位先生女士，各位加拿大嘅朋友，大家好，歡迎來到加拿大國慶週會。Bienvenue and welcome to our Canada Day 2018 reception. This year we celebrate Canada with the theme of Canada, your ultimate destination, votre destination ultime. Et là, il s'agit de 4 aspects du Canada comme destination: tourisme, éducation, immigration, et investissement. We've got 4 aspects of Canada as a destination that we're celebrating tonight, and we're going to start, number 1, with Canada as your destination for tourism. 第一，加拿大係旅遊嘅好地方。2018 is the Canada-China Year of Tourism. And for our friends in Hong Kong, we are encouraging you who may know Canada because you go to see friends and relatives, well, we're encouraging you to come and see the other parts of Canada, spend a little bit longer, come to our safe and friendly country, and see all that we have to offer you. Now, number 2, Canada is a globally popular destination for students for education. 加拿大係留學嘅好地方。Not only do we have the most highly educated population in the world, many of them carrying degrees in this room, but we are also a country with an amazing array of universities and colleges and schools across the country from coast to coast to coast. And for those international students who come to study in Canada, we have new programs that make it easier than ever to stay in Canada, get a job, and have a path to permanent residency and citizenship. And that brings me to our 3rd aspect of Canada as a destination, which is more than ever, we are a welcoming destination for immigration. 加拿大係移民嘅好地方。At a time when in some other parts of the world, doors are closing and the welcome is less welcoming, and there are lots of those places in the world today. But I am so pleased to say Canada is moving in the other direction, and we are more welcoming than we have been for a couple of generations, and we have new programs to allow skilled workers to come to Canada quickly and easily. And when they arrive in Canada, they arrive in a society that welcomes them and that recognizes the value of their contributions as newcomers. And for businesses who set up in Canada, I don't need to tell you, but I will, it's a huge competitive advantage. And that brings me to number 4. Canada as a great destination for investment in 2018. 加拿大係投資嘅好地方。I could say lots about that, but I'll just leave you with one thing for tonight, which is with our new trade agreements, Canada is now positioned as a place where if you invest, you not only get Canada, but you get access to 2/3 of the world's economy. And we have a new comprehensive trade agreement with the European Union. We have a new agreement with Japan and the 9 other countries of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. We have an FTA, free trade agreement, with South Korea, and we are working on our North American trading relationships. As I speak, we are working on that. And what it means is when you set up in Canada, you are getting access to 1.7 billion consumers, or 2/3 of the world's economy. In other words, 係加拿大建立企業，等於打入歐洲、北美、亞太嘅市場。So there are some takeaways. There's going to be a quiz at the end of this. Now, and I just want to take a minute then to talk about what we as Canada are doing in the world today. And I just want to mention, we hosted the G7 summit in Charlevoix in Quebec. Apart from a number of very long-term significant initiatives, billions of dollars for empowering girls and women around the world, and new initiatives for climate change and reducing plastics in the ocean, it was also an opportunity to see Canada as a special kind of voice in the world. Canada as a voice for openness, for reason, for a rules-based international order, for embracing the possibilities of globalization and defending the systems and the rules and the laws that make that possible. And when we do that, it's not just on the basis of the principles of fairness for people in large countries or small countries. It's also because we believe it is the most business-friendly policy that you can have for trade and investment, is to set up arrangements as we have now with Europe, as we have with the TPP countries, including Japan, where we have safe zones of predictable rules for trade and investment. This is a business-friendly crowd. I'm telling you about a business-friendly trade policy. So we're very proud of what we are doing in the world today as Canadians, and we're proud of who we are. At the same time, we are people who recognize our mistakes. And lately, and particularly, we are making huge efforts to make amends for generations of shameful treatment of First Nations citizens of Canada. And when we do those things, and we recognize other forms of discrimination that we have experienced historically, we do it in the spirit of striving to do better, in the spirit of trying to help to build a world where no person feels that there is not a place for them in their society. We welcome the scrutiny of other countries internationally of what we do in Canada, and we take very seriously our own responsibility to speak up everywhere in the world and anywhere in the world where we see that people's rights are not being upheld and when we see international commitments not being upheld, and you will hear from us from time to time on those things. Now, times are turbulent, there's a lot of challenges, but we believe that these are enduring values, and that with friends and allies around the world, those values and the values of reason and respect for human dignity will prevail, and I hope that you'll join us in that. Now it's time for a word from our sponsors. So we're very lucky tonight to be here with the generous support of sponsors of important businesses here in Hong Kong and Macau. And I want to start with our Platinum Maple sponsors. We have 2 Platinum Maple sponsors. And I want to recognize first a big contribution from the CK Group of companies. And our other Platinum Maple sponsor, Royal Bank of Canada, RBC. Where are the Royal Bank people here? And we have 3 Gold Maple sponsors, Bank of Montreal, Delia School of Canada, and the Sunwa Group. Please join me in thanking them. And our 19 Red Maple sponsors, who will be listed here on the screen in a second. I'd like you to join me in thanking them for making possible what we believe is Hong Kong's very best National Day reception here this evening. Thank you to them. Now we have a new sponsor this year, and big news, the National Hockey League is coming to South China September 15th in Shenzhen. The Boston Bruins. Any Boston Bruins? No? I think we have a lot of Montreal Canadiens fans, actually. The Boston Bruins and the Calgary Flames will be playing in Shenzhen on September 15th. And I'm so pleased about this, and I know I join with my friend, the Honorable Consul General from the US, Kurt Tong, in recognizing that the NHL, now for over a century, the NHL is one of those things that bind Americans and Canadians together. And we have lived together, we have worked together, we've fought together, and we have played together for centuries now in one of history's most successful and enduring partnerships. And the NHL is a great symbol of that. And there is a bit of friendly rivalry that we have when we get on the hockey rink. And for my American friends in particular, I want you to watch this little video clip. So this This is a baby cam monitor of a 2-year-old boy in Sudbury, Ontario, in the middle of the night, getting up to work on his stick handling. And I just want to say, no matter what team that you cheer for, and I'm not revealing my own colors here, but no matter what team you cheer for, you're going to have a great time in September when you come to the game, and half of the players are Canadian anyway. So with that in mind, I invite you later this evening to go across the hall to what we call our rec room, where we have our friends from NHL have set up some hockey goals that you can shoot pucks at, and you can get a Canadian cocktail, and you can put your business card in a draw for later this evening for a pair of tickets to the game in Shenzhen on September 15th. I will be there. I might be wearing my Calgary hat, and I'll look forward to seeing you there. Now, I'd also like to thank our in-kind sponsors for providing tonight's culinary delights. We are graced with fantastic Canadian seafood from BC Fine Foods. We have beef from Canada Beef International. Alsom Brothers have provided our delicious Canadian beer and cider, and we can thank Windset Farms for the delicious and healthy vegetable station. So, great Canadian food and drink. We're gonna need this. Great Canadian food and drink are increasingly available in Hong Kong, including these products, in Hong Kong and Macau. Some of you may remember what we at the Consulate General say about Canadian food and drink. We say Canadian food and drink is delicious to drink, it's tasty to eat, it's just excellent. Or in Cantonese, we say, Ka na dai mei sik, ho yam, ho sik, ho jang. Okay. So that was pretty good. That was not bad, but we're going to do it again. And I want you to watch the screen and repeat after me. Ka na dai mei sik. Ho yam. Ho sik. Ho jang. You guys are great. That's great. We're going to sell a lot more Canadian food and drink. Listen, you've been very patient, and you've done very well. So in closing, I just want to say this. I'm back from 2 weeks across Canada with a senior colleague from InvestHK, where we were talking to Canadian businesses in cities across the country about Hong Kong as a platform for investment. And Chief Secretary, I can assure you that across Canada, there are people who get Hong Kong. Canadians and Hong Kongers understand each other. Canadians look at Hong Kong and they see a place with a familiar legal system, with excellent public institutions grounded in shared Commonwealth traditions, and with the skills and the services to make Hong Kong a great platform for Canadian businesses to expand into China and Asia. Our governments are working on this together, and I invite all of you to help us to welcome more of those Canadian companies to Hong Kong and Macau in 2018, and I thank you for your efforts. And finally, at the same time, our massive Canadian community here in Hong Kong continues to make contributions in all walks of life, whether it's business, the professions, government, education, the arts, and volunteering in the community. So finally, and in conclusion, on behalf of all 147 of us at the Consulate General of Canada in Hong Kong and Macau, I want to say a very sincere thanks to all of our amazing partners, the governments of Hong Kong and Macau, the Canadian Chamber, our businesses, our universities and schools and alumni associations, and all of you who help out in the community. From all of us, de la part de toute notre équipe canadienne au Consulat Général, j'aimerais remercier nos partenaires. I'd like to thank you all, and in conclusion, I'd like to say, Toje ne deg hapjok, Toje ne deg gonghin. Merci de votre partenariat et vos contributions. Thank you so much for your partnership and contributions, and thank you for joining us this evening. And now it gives me great pleasure to invite, although I feel awkward in doing so, but I'd like to invite the Chief Secretary to join me at center stage for a toast, if I may. Okay. To the people of the People's Republic of China and the Special Administrative Region of Hong Kong and the Special Administrative Region of Macau, santé, cheers, yam boy. Thank you very much, sir.